The white blanket of the Jura Mountains stretches out for over 340 kilometres along the Swiss border. It's a paradise for cross-country skiers, and trekking across this wilderness is an unforgettable journey. This group is embarking on the adventure. They have 3 days to complete 100 kilometres at over 1,100 metres above sea level.
Never look at the end of your skis. You have to enjoy the scenery. When you're skiing, it's easier if you keep looking into the distance.
The Jura is also one of Europe's largest natural forests. Under this pine tree, a marker indicates that 1 metre of snow has already fallen.
The record is 3 meters 90 back in January 1981. That's up here at the end of my stick.
These woods are part and parcel of this area. In Gallic, the word Jura means mountain forest. It's now January, but it's already 8 degrees Celsius, and this heat has got park rangers worried.
Climate change has several effects, especially on snowfall. It can affect the length of the season and whether the snow arrives later or melts earlier. It also has an impact on the mountains. The native birds are disappearing, like the western caper chalet. It's really worrying.
After 10 hours of trekking, night descends on our group of hikers. Crossing the Rizu forest was tough going and took longer than expected, and there's still no sign of their hostel. The mountain is turning cold, but GINETTE is staying positive.
Skiing at night is magical. It's a different atmosphere. The trees cast shadows and your eyes have to get used to the dark. It's really nice.
45 minutes later, the Gaillard chalet comes into sight. Inside, LYDIE is preparing a local and warming speciality.
There's Comté cheese, bacon and onions.
All that's needed now is a few slices of Montbéliard sausage, and the rösti can be served.
It's a real local dish. Here's your rösti and some fondue.
With dinner barely digested, it's time for bed. How many can stay here?
19. Here's a duvet and a pillow. Good night, see you tomorrow.
As the sun comes up, silence reigns. But this place hasn't always been so peaceful. Thinking there might be an invasion across this natural border, Napoleon III built one of France's largest fortresses. 180 years later, the Fort des Rousses is now a huge safe, where the most famous of Jura cheese is kept, the iconic Comté.
They are beautiful treasures. Can you see how pretty the rinds are? We put water on the ground to stabilise the humidity levels, but also to trap the gas that comes out of the cheese as it ferments.
Converted in 1997, the fort houses over 100,000 wheels of Comté in the best conditions for maturing.
The more mature it is, the more taste it will have.
But you'll have to wait at least a year to discover all the flavours of this treasure. Deep in these mountains, the past is everywhere. Alain Nicot is especially interested in the Second World War. He takes modern-day skiers back in time and shows them how people fled occupied France in the 1940s.
It's a great day to cross the Jura. It's beautiful here.
Switzerland lies at the end of this path. In order to reach safety, you had to get over this stone wall before dawn.
At night, there couldn't be a full moon. They couldn't use a lamp or make any noise. They came up the Rizu at night. They still had to get to the other side, but once they'd reached this height, they could say they were safe.
Back then, the cold was another enemy of those trying to flee. But today, it's what pulls in the holidaymakers. Out on these lakes, skaters have just one treat in mind, with the ice forming one giant and shiny playground.